Mama was over here. She got a little ahead of me, but she's tearing Phoebes apart and
half a Sand Hollow and
yeah.
Moab's in here.
Yeah. So we didn't. Yeah, she's just tearing it all apart. So we're gonna get all this out of here, and then we'll clean. We'll have to give the inside of Phoebes a deep clean. We are going to gut this one, except for the headliner. I like my headliner. We're probably gonna leave it, and it still goes. It's got a black stripe in it. I mean, it still goes. I don't think we're gonna.
Yeah, no, we're
Get rid
keeping
of
her.
it. So I took this part a long time ago, and I put all of this like heat stuff in it. So the whole above the headliner is all of that heat stuff. Seems to work pretty good. I don't think it gets too hot in here, but yeah. So Mama's gonna get this thing all gutted. Well, at least the back today, because I don't know if we're gonna do the front. While I show you something else. Yeah, so when I built this the last time, all the seat belt is gone because I took all the back seat out because I didn't want the back seat in here. So all the seat belts are gone. All the provisions for the back seat are actually gone under here. So that's why we had to go get the black one so that we can get all of the seat brackets back in here and make it really comfortable for little baby. Today, we got the Rover emptied. Now we just need to clean up this absolutely disgusting mess. There's a vent that goes there, and apparently it fell out, which made quite a bit of a mess in the panel. So we're gonna go ahead and get this whole thing completely cleaned out. I still have to take that panel out, that tan panel, and the center, and the gauge cluster, because I don't like that wood trim stuff. And we got to get that stuff cleaned out. I am going to take all the wiring out of there, but for now, Mama's going to do some vacuuming. Then we might hose this thing down if I can find all the drain plugs.
So it's never just an easy swap. Got a little bit of cancer right there.
A little bit of a hole there.
Just a little one. So he's gonna have to cut that out
So much for Sundays.
and weld in
Yeah, I'm going to have to get creative over here.
a new piece.
The lucky thing is it's not across anything. There's a rigger right here that holds up the front corner of the body, but it's structural, so it's in here. That part didn't fail. It just failed up here. So Land Rovers are notorious for the sunroof. It has a tube and that sunroof pipe leaks, and then it like splits and it literally runs down in here and sits in the floor. This actually had an issue over there when I first got it, but I had fixed the pipe up there when I did the sunroof, or when I did the headliner last time. So gotta get in here and redo all this, I guess. Poop. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Oh, there's a little tiny hole right there. Little guy.
It's alright, babe. Shitbox problems.
Better than somebody else's problem.
Maybe I won't need a sock anymore holding this up.
It doesn't hold it up. It kept it from making noise, or the wind noise. So what we should do is have somebody come out.
Do the windshield.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh, God. It's just one thing leads to another.
Hey.
It's like, oh, I just want a back seat. back seat turned into rip out whole interior. Have a windshield guy come out and reseal.
Oh,
Welding the floor.
I mean, we could skip that part.
No, we're not skipping that part. Putting in a new stereo system, all new wiring.
I ain't doing that. Come on.
Switch pros. The generic version.
Falling on a budget. You son of a gun, get over there. Jesus.
Love you.
Love you.
And it's supposed to be drivable by Tuesday.
Doubt me.
No, I mean, it's fine. Drivable is all I'm asking.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Not finished.
Should be good.
Just need to pick up a marketplace thing, and that's it.
Oh, marketplace, got it. Okay, you on that market. You're worse than I am on that marketplace.
It's just a great place for savings.
I guess. All right, so now all of the wood grain is successfully removed, except for that piece right there. That's actually a factory piece, so that piece of wood grain is allowed to stay. The rest of it has all been removed. The only piece I have left is this piece, but it's because I have that mess going on in there. So I will be cleaning that up tomorrow. We're gonna yank all of this out and put something else in here. So it gets rid of all my switches that were under there, because we're gonna get rid of all that too. That's all gonna move somewhere else. But yeah, everything, all this stupid vent stuff, everything is gone. Oh, and this piece, but I'll pull that piece out tomorrow. I gotta get in there and pull that piece out. I have a new one of those too, so. Yep, that's it. Now I got a scrubber dubber and get rid of all that dirt back there that's actually like in the paneling. So we're actually gonna scrub all that down tomorrow. All right, so today's a warm day, thank God. We are gonna scrub the inside of feeds out. All right, so here we are at overkill because we had to put it back together to get it over here. So I just had to throw the seat back in it and the transmission controller and hook that back up. Got her over here, and God, it looks way worse when you actually get some light on it. Ha! Speaking of light, Milwaukee battery. Got some driving lights we found on the shelf. These actually belong to my coworker Rod. And then you just wire up a driving light. Bam! Instant light. All right, well, we're gonna get this cleaned up and then we'll start cutting a template out. Ugh. Safety first. Oh boy. Huh. See what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this guy out, this flap. We'll probably just have to be able, we'll just change this piece to here. We'll get this off, and then we'll cut this piece in, and then we'll put that piece on top. That sounds like what we're gonna do. 2 pieces. And I'll patch that. And then we'll cut here, because that's all still good. And then once we get this piece off, then we'll come in and we'll pull this section off up here and replace that. That is a body mount bolt, and there's a structure under here which is still in good shape, so not worried about that. So we got this guy welded in. She's all nice, comes up into here. You can't tell back here, but it's welded up. I gotta cut it down still. It's gotta be cut down to here. Now we're just gonna put this guy in here. I did a little relief cut because there's a little bit of a bend. And she fits like that, smack her with a hammer and she goes in, but then I can't get it back out because I've already done it once. And there's gonna be a spot weld there, so I gotta get that down far enough. And then I'll be sealed up. Corner done. Alright, got that last piece in there. Looks pretty good. We're gonna hit it with the DA real quick and then we're gonna paint her up. Oh yeah, that one.
So we weren't going to take the headliner out, but he convinced me because it's just, you know, 7 screws. And now he is going through the wiring and taking out any unnecessary wiring that was in there. So we've got that out already. And he's just...
stuff that I put in before that I don't need anymore. And checking the drains because they like to break. All the drains are there. That's good. Good. I pulled the headliner out because the plastic piece that goes back here was broken. So I stole the one out of that one. So that's down. And then while that was down, I did put a provision in for a rear camera, for like a backup camera in the future. I did get this guy blocked off and I put a piece of strap on there so it wouldn't fall back out because that is where all of the mess of dirt came from. So we got that ran. Also got, well, that wire right there is for the baby camera. Somebody had to have a baby camera, so we put one in. And then we pulled out all that other harness. And now I'm getting ready to put that, wire the dash back together. Oh, and we got the doors replasticed. So the doors are all sealed back off. So that's pretty sweet. So that was a monstrosity. That was underneath the steering column. All that went to my switch panel. So I had those switches under there. So like the compressors had 2, the front compressor, the front locker, lights and stuff. That was all that. Well, I don't like that because when I did it, I basically screwed it right to the panel. So I didn't like that. So balling on a budget, we got the aux beam because it looks like that. So that takes up all the stuff that was in there. So now I just got to wire up 2 compressors, the front compressor and the front locker and lights, and like that's it. So this is going to be very convenient under the steering column where I already have all of my wiring too. So just power, ground, controller, compressor, locker, lights. Done. All right, I didn't have any countersinks, so I'll have to get some, but there it is. You give this little guy a quarter turn. Ta-da! Aux beam, all wired up. Pretty easy. Power, ground, rear compressor, fridge. I forgot I had the fridge, so the fridge is in there. These are the front lights. I have to put the compressor back in on the floor over here and run the wiring so that I can get it plugged into this other 20 amp. And I will do the baby monitor on this last one and we should be pretty much set. So that's that part done. And then all that goes to this guy right here so you can control all your buttons and you can label them. And I'm gonna put it up here when we're done. So that wire is already ran right here. That's this one. This goes to the aux beam. And yeah, as soon as we get the headliner back in, we'll get that put up. All right, so that was pretty easy. So we just got the carpets in, got the center console in and all buttoned back up and just reverse operation. She looks pretty slick already. Huh? I guess I got to do the radio, so I haven't done any of that. Got the steering wheel put back in, put back together. Woo-wee. Got all the carpet back in and clean. Woo-wee. All right, and it's getting late, so I'm gonna get the driver's seat back in. I'm gonna get the driver door panel back together, and we're gonna call it a day because it's the end of the week. Well, it's the end of the weekend, and Mama's got some things to do this week, so we'll get this thing buttoned up here in a second.
So yesterday, Chris finished putting in the fan and fixed the AC. So all that's working. He did the brake system as well. So before putting in the headliner, he wanted to see if there were any leaks. So I figured, what better way to do that than to give the old girl a car wash. So we're gonna do that now. So, after washing it, there is just like a little bit of wetness here. Just not too sure where it came in from on the passenger side. Go check the other side. Well, it's also pretty hot, so I feel like wherever it came in from, it kind of just dripped down and has evaporated where it came in from. But here on the driver's side, we are like really soaking wet, so that's not too good. This is also the spot we just welded, so and fixed, that had a whole bunch of rust. So I mean, I guess that's the reason why it was all rusted, and it's a good indication that now we still have a problem that we've got to fix. So we'll just let this stay open, let it dry out, and have Chris fix it. Okay, well, Chris got home from work and wanted to find the source of the leak, so here it is. He found it. Well, one of them. That's a whole ass hole.
That's a whole hole. That's a whole hole. All right, so not only do we have this hole, I did take the hood and the cowl off because I do believe we're getting a little bit of water through here. So I'm gonna have to pull this plate off and see if I'm getting water right in there, and that's what's draining right inside. There's a, you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but that moves. I think we're getting water right there. And then if you go to the other side, that goes straight into the intake of the heat and AC. And usually sits under this plate, but I don't sit up against that window. This piece of plastic is so bad that it like sits up. I bet you we're getting some water in there, and that's leaking down onto the floor. So we're gonna try to rectify these. I don't know how yet, but let's see what we can get done. All right, so I think I may have found it. When you pull the windshield wiper guy out, there's like these little nuts that have rubber in them, and what it does is it basically holds this back plate on. All right, well, there's one here, there's one here, there's not one here, there's not one here, right? Great. There's one here. There was another one on here, and there was one on, there was another one like on this top one, I think, right here or something. So there was two. There's two. There's already one in there, and there was one here. So that's why it didn't seal. And you can see all the dirt and all the dirt in there that's made it through this seal right here. So we're gonna have to fix that. That's why this is smashed up in there, because they tried to run two of them on there. Yeah, and that one. I think it was this one and this one. So there was two of them on here. There was already one on here sitting like that. So that's why we have mud and dirt in here. This is inside. That's right above your feet. You can see the floor in there. So we're gonna have to clean this surface off, and we'll get this seal to seal back on there. Ugh, idiots. All right, so I think I have the water window intrusion fixed. All right, well, we went ahead and I sealed this up with some black caulk, and I got it all the way up underneath here because I think, well, it was leaking through here. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, passenger side one broke off and they glued it back on. It must be when they replaced this windshield at some point in time. So this was just glued on there, which is why I couldn't get it off. And then of course I broke it pulling it the rest of the way off. So I just ran another bead of silicone all the way around the bottom, all the way around and up that side. Another thing I did is this goes directly into the airbox. There's a nice plastic shroud that goes right here, which I'll show you in a minute. But it always got leaves and stuff in the blower motor. So I just put this screen over it to keep the stuff out of there. But basically mine did this too. There's a window clip, or whatever this, the cowl clip to the windshield is right here. So what happens is in the sunlight, this likes to pull away and there's just two big gaps in the seal right there and right here opposite this window clip. So I tried the heat gun trick and tried to pull it back, and I pulled it back and everything was fine. And I just used this to try to sandwich it together to try to pull the wave out of it. But as it cooled, it just decided it wanted to go right back and it just kept cracking. And now this is still got the wave and the dip in it right where that clip is. So I'm gonna have to get another one of these at some point in time, but for now we got windshield wipers and stuff. We just don't have the cowl, and it's summertime, so I don't see it raining too often, but that sucks. But as we come back around to the other side of the window, Phoebe's is black interior is 100% complete, along with the baby Waylon back seat, all of it. Even the back carpet area, everything's been cleaned. We did all the rust repairs inside. Got this cool little weather mat from WeatherTech. I don't know, it was in here. Actually, it wasn't in here, it was in the other one. But yeah, got these panels recut out for the tank and the compressors. I did a much nicer job this time than the last time. Everything works. All the dome lights work again. Everything is so happy in here. Love it. Last but not least, Phoebe's got new glasses. Awesome. Another thing we got in here, we're all buttoned up. We got the new brakes, the ABS delete, got the locker compressor in. All the factory plastics are back in here. Got the AC up and running. Blows cold. We are rocking and rolling. So now that Phoebe's, the family truckster, is somewhat reliable, questionably reliable, possibly reliable, maybe reliable, as close to reliable as I can get her at the moment, she's pretty much done. But anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you next time. Bye. Alright, quick update. We did change those. They're now black. And I did get my RAM mount, and I did get that installed. And I do have the backup camera, or the baby camera. The display is up there, and it works. Everything's happy. And then this one right here. Boop, boop. Hey, baby monitor. Alright, so it goes, those are my twin compressors, one for each compressor. And then this one is the front compressor, front locker. Haha. These are lights, which I don't have in the bumper yet. I don't know what that one is yet. Actually, I think that one's empty. So these are the lights in the bumper. And this is the baby monitor, on off. So it doesn't have to be on all the time. And that's how I did it.